I make 160 grand. Everyone says if you clear six figures, you've made it. That's the rule, right? That's the finish line. So why does my bank account look like a horror movie I've already seen?
Because you built a house of cards on quicksand, Sparks. You're not rich, you're just expensive.
Welcome to the upper middle class trap. A six-figure income quietly swallowed by high fixed expenses until you're one bad afternoon away from total disaster.
Come on, look at this thing. It's reliable, it says I'm hardworking, I got a raise so I earned an upgrade, and the dealer got me down to $800 a month. That's totally manageable.
Paying the bill isn't the same as affording the car, Sparks. The average new car payment in this country just passed $700. For trucks, it's over $900. And that manageable $800 you're so proud of? You signed a loan that runs 7 years at 6% interest. Add it all up, and you'll hand them over $67,000 for a truck that'll be worth maybe 15 grand when you're done paying it. By year 5, you owe more than it's worth. You owe money on a thing that's shrinking. And every morning you drive to a job you hate to pay for the car that gets you to that job.
So what? I can pay $800 a month, no problem.
Sure, and when you're trapped in that loan, the truck owns you, not the other way around. That's the whole game.
We confuse lifestyle with net worth. Sparks' buddy Curtis installs HVAC systems and clears $78,000 a year, but his truck lease eats $668 a month, which is basically rent on money. We pay a steep premium to look like the richest person in the parking lot.
Okay, fine. Maybe the truck was a stretch, but the house is different. It's an investment. It's a normal $500,000 place in a nice suburb. The broker approved me, and everyone knows a house is how you build equity.
You scraped together 50 grand for a 10% down payment. That left you with a $450,000 loan at 6.5%. The loan payment alone is $2,850 a month. But a house doesn't just cost a mortgage, Sparks.
What else is there?
$500 a month in property taxes, $300 for insurance, $417 for basic upkeep. That's just 1% of the home's value each year. And because you didn't put 20% down, tack on another $300 for PMI, a tax that protects the bank, not you. Add it up, and your real monthly housing cost is $4,367.
If you're stretching to afford a house that eats almost half your income, you're not building an asset, you're building a prison. Before we get into the brutal math of Sparks' full monthly budget, hit subscribe and drop a thumbs up. This is where we dig into the financial realities banks and realtors would rather you not think about too hard. Here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Sparks and his wife pull in a combined $160,000 a year. Sounds like a fortune, but after federal taxes, state taxes, FICA, and a modest 401k contribution, their real take-home is $9,500 a month. Now, watch it disappear. Housing, $4,367. 2 car payments, $800. Car insurance, $250. Gas, $300. Student loans, $600. Health insurance, $400. Groceries for a family of 3, $800. Utilities, $450. What's left is $1,533. That covers clothing, family activities, medical copays, car repairs, and, in theory, actually enjoying their life. If the water heater blows or their kid needs braces, they're wiped out. This is the working wealthy, living paycheck to paycheck on a 6-figure income.
It happened. Check engine lights on. Mechanic says I need a new transmission. 5 grand. I don't have 5 grand sitting around, so credit card. It's fine. I'll just pay it off next month.
No, you won't, Sparks. You've got $1,533 of breathing room, and that's assuming you don't buy a single coffee or see one movie all month. Credit cards are averaging over 22% interest right now. That repair isn't a bill, it's financial cancer. Minimum payments only, and you'll end up handing them close to $2,800 in interest over 5 years. Every month you carry that balance, you're running a marathon with a backpack full of rocks.
But I make good money. How is a car repair suddenly a life-shattering crisis?
Because you have no cash set aside. You spent 30 years learning how to earn money. You never spent a single day learning how to keep it.
This is the hidden crisis of the modern upper middle class. We've rebranded financial desperation as adulting. We call being house poor building equity. The math doesn't care what you call it.
Someone making $40,000 a year who's managed to save a $10,000 emergency fund is closer to financial freedom than you are, Sparks. Why? Because they built the single most valuable financial skill there is, the patience to wait and to hold on to margin, the money left over after the bills. Only 10 to 20% of U.S. households clear $150,000, and millions of them are drowning behind a freshly painted front door. You're living a luxury lifestyle funded entirely by future stress.
I'm trapped. If I lose my job, I've got 3 weeks before my whole life comes apart.
But here's where you get to stop playing a rigged game. The fix isn't budgeting your way out of a lifestyle that was broken from the start. It's a real identity shift. You stop treating income as permission to spend and start treating it as the tool that buys your freedom.
First, build a real emergency fund, $20,000. Hitting that number actually lowers your cortisol. It changes how your body responds to stress. A car repair goes from a catastrophe to a mild annoyance. It's what gives you walk-away money, so you're never stuck in a toxic job just to survive.
Okay, but how do I even start saving that much?
You lock in your savings rate. Every raise, at least half goes straight to savings. The other half can improve your life a little. Split your money into 2 buckets, safety money and growth money. Keep the safety cash somewhere you can't see it or touch it easily. Send the growth money into simple, low-cost index funds and let compounding do the heavy lifting.
It took 19 months of sacrifice to save that first 20 grand, but thanks to compounding, the second 20,000 only takes 17. The momentum starts building itself. Real wealth was never a luxury truck or a $500,000 suburban box keeping you up at night. Real wealth is margin, money left over after everything's paid. It's sleeping through a bad year without panicking. It's the power to say no to a demanding boss, a bad contract, a life that's stressing you out.
I traded the illusion of looking rich for the reality of being free. And for the first time in 10 years, I can actually breathe.
The world's always going to look at your net worth and decide how close to stand, but you're the same person at every number. Stop pricing your life in friction. Build something that can't be shaken. If you're ready to get out of the upper middle class trap and start building real, quiet wealth, hit subscribe, drop your savings goal in the comments, and check out our next video where we break down the smartest order to invest every dollar you save.